Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell in the upper right-hand corner. Follow me on all forms of social media. Check me out at thatdrummerguy.com. And enjoy the following presentation.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
That is an interesting question in these interesting times. I don't really know. I have no idea what is going on and how am I doing surrounded with all this crazy virus stuff.
Oh, yeah, you couldn't have said it better. I mean, there's so much that's going on right now, and of course it affected you in the way of coming over here for Devastation of the Nation, and, you know, so many other things that are going on around the world, musically, not musically, just... I can't believe the times we're living in.
Yeah, it's like there's no guarantee what's gonna happen tomorrow, or like it's getting really bad in Europe, and the virus thing is not bad in Finland yet, but how the government is reacting is making everything really complicated. They are shutting down the main county, the capital area. Tonight, but and there's no guarantee am I able to even go to another city, which is a problem because I work in several different cities. So I don't even know where am I going to able to travel tomorrow inside Finland or not. So.
Oh, that's terrible. I mean, hopefully it does work out the way that it's supposed to, and you know you're able to do what you need to do.
Well, I will always adapt. I'm not really stressed about myself, but it's creating a lot of long-term problems. They are shutting the venues and the bars and the restaurants, and there's going to be huge impact on the whole music scene. I think around the world, but also in Finland. Like I know for sure a lot of the venues won't survive being shut down for a few months.
Yeah, I can absolutely see that being the case, and I know that's going to be the case over here in America. I feel a lot of venues, especially the smaller and mid-sized venues, might be going away because of all of this.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's such a shame too, because I was really looking forward to the tour that was supposed to be going on right now with the Devastation of the Nation and just everything that was going to be going on with that. And it was such a solid bill, but at least for the time being, if everything is going the way it's supposed to, I'm glad to see it is rescheduled for 2021.
Yeah, that's what I'm really happy about also, even though for this year it means the same that if it would have been cancelled, because it means that we're not going to be able to come to North America at all, but at least there is already a new date, the same package, so there's something to look forward. So because we are having the album out in 2 weeks, so it feels now really weird to have nothing. Like there's no plans at all, and usually you pack the release time full of events and gigs and tours and whatever you can think of, but now the calendar is completely blank.
Yeah, and you know, it's just when I do interviews, you know, it's just like I always ask what's coming up next after the release of the album, and there's so much to look forward to when it comes to planning touring and summer festival shows and planning where you wanted to go next. And this year, that's all completely gone, and in a way, no one ever thought was going to happen. And you know, it's such a shame because of that too, because this brand new album from Wolfheart, it is easily the best work from Wolfheart to date, and everything that's going along with it. I mean, just the fact that it's getting more extreme and more melodic at the same time, and just fusing that together, it's just the perfect Wolfheart album, and I wish I could have been able to see it right as it was being promoted.
Well, that's really good to hear that at least the album stands out, even though we are not able to support the release with the touring.
Oh, absolutely. I love this, and in the beginning of the year, I also loved what was going on with Dawn of Solace as well, too. I mean, you've put out two of my favorite albums in 2020 so far.
Thank you.
Oh, not a problem. So, with that in mind, I mean, what was that like to be working on two different projects like that at the same time and deciding what was going to be going where?
Well, to me, there was no competition between the projects. I'm pretty sure that the style difference is a lot bigger to my ears than anybody else, but since like you mentioned, Wolfheart is going into like a faster, more like this melodic Swedish black metal style even. So I really needed to write something slower, something like with a different mood, a little bit gloomier, a little bit doomy, but not metal. Like I really needed to make an album with no growling vocals, very little double bass, no blast beats, like complete opposite to Wolfheart. So, and that kind of like opened up the door even more wide for Wolfheart to be even faster, because I got that slower stuff out of my system. So I think that's just like underlined and pushed the Wolfheart songs to be even more aggressive. So I think they're like completing each other in a way, even though I didn't mean them to be connected in any way.
Oh, that's incredible. I mean, I love the fact that Dawn of Solace was able to come back and make a new album, and I love the melodicness that's going on there, and I do love the fact that it does have like a great heavy, doomy rock kind of feel, and then you listen to this new album from Wolfheart, and it's hitting some of the fastest speeds I've ever heard from this band. I mean, the blast beats that are going on there are just absolutely jaw-dropping, that it's so consistent at that, going that fast, and just everything that's going on there is just so cool to see that you were able to shift your direction like that, and just be hungry for Wolfheart to be going even faster than it has previously.
Yeah, I did actually check that from my drummer. Like, where's the limit? Like, give me a number. And only thing he replied that everything can be rehearsed. So I took that as a challenge. So I wrote as fast stuff as I could play with guitar. When it comes to these tunings that we have, like picking up with guitar in the tempo of 250 with the baritone guitar with basically almost bass strings is not much of a fun. But yeah, we really wanted to like push the tempo. I think that's because I wanted to keep the album really melodic. So the only way to really push the energy and the aggression is through the speed.
Oh yeah, and I mean, if some of the songs would have been any slower, I don't think they would have had the same feeling behind it, but the fact that they are hitting these speeds and hitting this extreme aggression just shows this side of Wolfheart the strongest that it's been, and it's just awesome to see that.
That's really good to hear.
Oh, absolutely, and yeah, I mean, I'm so glad to see it go this direction as well too. And again, when hopefully everything goes the way that it's supposed to go coming up next year in 2021, I can't wait to hear some of these songs in the live setting.
Yeah, I was looking forward to play some. We have 3 new songs on the set list that we were like. Sometimes really like exciting to test new songs for the audience when there's the album hasn't still come out, and we were planning to play the last 3 songs of the set, only new songs, just to see the reaction of the audience. But yeah, didn't get to do that. But we were really looking forward to be able to play the new songs.
Oh, I can imagine. And that, again, that's why I'm hoping everything goes the way that it's supposed to in 2021, and being able to promote this album the way that it should be here in America, and, given time, being able to see what else you could pull from the set list as well.
Yeah, well, it's starting to get really tricky now. We have 5 albums out, and our set is 40 minutes. So that means a lot of, like, songs are going to be left out that we would like to play also.
Yeah, and I can only imagine how hard that is to do now. Just like you said, with 5 albums, you want to be able to promote the new album. There's songs that people love to be able to hear live. There's your favorites you want to be able to play live. And when you have a 40-minute set like that, I mean, there's a lot of compromise, but I can also imagine that it's got to be a fun set to put together.
Well, yeah, it would be more fun if it would be like 1 hour. But yeah, it's at least now we have the variety of the songs that we can also like decide the whole mood of the set list, because there's so much material to choose. But it seems that not just that we seem to enjoy writing the faster stuff more, but it's also a lot more fun to play live. So there would have been a lot of blast beats going on at this time in North America if there wouldn't be any virus.
Oh, totally. And, with that as well, too, I mean, it was awesome to see the songs that were chosen so far, being able to see a full-on music video and lyric videos. How did you go about deciding what songs were going to be shown off?
Well, this time, actually, I let both label and our management were really like insisting to have Ashes as the first single. I would have never chosen that, but then again, I do understand that I'm a little bit too close to the music. because I'm the songwriter, and I might have a little bit wrong motives maybe when choosing songs that are singles. And Ashes is the last song of the album. It was made to be the last song of the album, so it doesn't really paint the best picture of the whole album, being so slow and very little amount of vocals and stuff like that. But I do recognize that there's a pattern. I seem to want to put the fastest song as the first single, like there's a Breakwater, Ian of Cold, songs like that. So at least this is probably something that fans were expecting. And then now that there's the Hail of Steel, that brought the whole thing back to the normal like a single tempos that we have. So the Hail of Steel was my choice. But I gave the label and the management the opportunity to choose the first single.
Oh, very cool. And yeah, with Hail of Steel, I love the fact that a full-on video was made for it. I mean, I really love the imagery and the atmosphere that's going on with the video. It just fits so perfectly with it.
Yeah, we would have wanted to make like this a winter war scene, but it happens to be the warmest winter in 50 years in southern Finland. We didn't have any snow at all at any point of winter. It's the first winter that I've ever seen in this part of Finland that I haven't seen any snow at all. So it that changed the plan a tiny bit, but I still think we managed to do like an okay job with the storyline.
Oh, totally. And yeah, I mean, I would love to have seen how it would have been in that winter atmosphere, but you know, given what was going on in the world, I mean, I love the way that it turned out.
Yeah, one thing I can say already, what there would have been, but there would have been more blood if it would have been winter, because that blood on the snow is very like a visual thing when everything is covered in white and then there's blood spatters and stuff like that. So that I would have really wanted to use. There's blood on the video now, but when you are just in a normal forest settings, the blood doesn't stand out. So it doesn't matter how much you are, you know, using it. It doesn't really show on the ground. So that was a bit of a bummer. I would have wanted to have, because the playing parts are relying on the contrast of the darkness and the fire. So I would have wanted to have a similar, but kind of like opposite contrast with the snow and the battle and the blood. But then again, it's something I have no control over when it comes to weather and stuff. So it's very clearly it was what it was.
Oh, that is very true. And, you know, even with that said, I mean, I love the effects of the blood that is going on throughout the video. And, you know, when you go from, like, a video of, like, with the Saw in the last album and just seeing the gruesomeness that was going on in that video, and, you know, and you go to Hail of Steel, I mean, it's in a very different direction, you know, what's going on with the story. But I love the fact that you're able to show off all these different sides and being able to show off the band and, you know, just all these great things that do go along and fit so well with Wolfheart.
Yeah, there's a lot of planning and a lot of like a lot of visions behind the video thing, and I only wish that I would have a triple budget someday, because there's so many ideas I would never be able to pull through, because it's just a lot of cool things cost a lot of money. If you want to blow up something big, that's gonna cost you big time. So it's a lot of like movie kind of things I would really want to do, but that's just not reality yet. We would need to sell a lot more albums to, especially because labels don't make money from videos because there's no TV channels. So it's getting more and more difficult to get the proper budget, because it just doesn't make any sense when it comes to the whole financial plan. But I didn't think that this it is really important part of Wolfheart to be able to produce the videos, because if it would be only like one or two lyric videos for each album, that just wouldn't be enough, in my opinion.
Oh, I totally agree, and I love the fact that Wolfheart is still in that position to be able to do at least one real video per album, and just being able to show that off, because just in the past, being the videos that have been done, I mean, it's always been amazing work, and even though it doesn't bring in the money, just like you said, I mean, the fact that the music channels are all but extinct all over, I mean, I love the fact that I can still go to YouTube and see like a real visual going on with a great single like this.
Yeah, it's like the problem is mainly with the label. having the money issue. But I do what I really enjoy with making music videos also is I get to go to really cool places, like the Breakwater video. The budget allowed me and my camera guy to fly to Iceland. We spent there 5 days just driving around, looking for really cool places to shoot, and like almost week in that scenery. That's where I would never be able to go, or I wouldn't just think of going there as a holiday. So it's a like a quality of life kind of thing. I get to do really cool stuff. I get to burn a lot of stuff apparently also. So it's a like a very enjoyable time to work with the music videos also. So it's not just like a promo thing for me. It is something that I really enjoy doing. And
oh yeah, I mean, when you're writing the songs, when you're writing the lyrics for the songs, and you have so much control, and you know what the songs are about and the vision that you want to have for it, the fact that you can show that vision off in another art form is such a great creative feeling to have. And when you're able to show it in a video like that, and being able to have the song play along with it and show that imagery is the best that you can, I mean, it's such a great experience. And I can just imagine from that creative front, I mean, as long as everything can go the way that you want it to, and, you know, budget-wise and everything like that, it's great to be able to have that vision fulfilled.
Yeah, it definitely same. I would if I would need to make an album and I wouldn't be able to make the video in any of the songs, I wouldn't feel that it would be complete, because the visual side I would miss so much from the visual side. So to make an album complete, it really needs the storytelling also on the visual side.
Oh, absolutely. And along with that, when it comes to the visuals, I absolutely love the artwork. I mean, it's very minimal when it comes to colors on the album, but I love the artwork that's going along with it. I think it just fits the album perfectly.
Yeah, that was there was a lot of planning and things like, because the album is about the Winter War between Finland and Russia and the Second World War. But I didn't want to underline the war thing, because there's already Sabaton and bands like that doing very straight documentation of the certain battles and wars. And that's not what Wolfheart is about. It's not about glorifying war or anything like that. But I really wanted to make the album about the war, but didn't want to underline too much. So that's why also when it's a very simple cover that doesn't connect directly to the war theme, because that would have been a little bit too direct in my opinion. But we've been working with the same graphic guy for 3 albums now, and it's just the cooperation is just getting better and better. So he really knows how to deliver a really good a cover and any kind of graphic work. He does all the t-shirt designs also. So he really knows what we want to have on the visual side, so it's a really good cooperation with him.
Oh, and it's so great to hear that too, because the last 3 albums, including this one, have such distinct album covers, and they're so different from each other. And it's great to see that he's able to adapt to what you're looking for with each album, and being able to really portray the album artwork the way that it's supposed to connect with the album.
Yeah, well, then again, he is kind of forced to do a lot of what is the word now? Oh, it's not an easy job for him. He gets a lot of feedback and weird guidelines from me, especially since I'm not a graphic artist at all. So I don't speak that language. I just have a lot of opinions and ideas, which he never said that he gets frustrated, but I would be very much amazed if that wouldn't be the case. But then again, I really love to work with him, and we're definitely going to work with him in the future also, because with every cover he's done, it just beats better and better for the album itself.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And again, both musically, visually, conceptually, everything that's going on with Wolfheart right now, it just feels like everything's at the top of its game right now. I mean, such an amazing album with this, and just being able to hear the music ahead of time. I can't wait for everyone to be able to hear it in a couple weeks. And, you know, just everything that's been going on so far. It's just, if nothing else, I'm really glad that Wolfheart was able to put out this album this year and have something to look forward to this year, despite all the bad things going on, and of course Dawn of Solace as well too. I mean, having that shock of the band coming back and putting out such an amazing album like that, and just having both albums like that so close to each other in 2020, I mean, despite all the bad things that are going on, it's amazing to have both of those albums coming out and try to help be a satisfying soundtrack to be able to get through these times.
That's really good to hear that actually, because I'm in a different like a kind of like time zone with those, because I did both the albums last year, and I had different people who listen to music, their expectations are in the music, or like now still a lot of people are still waiting to hear the new Wolfheart album. I did those albums already. I was waiting what follows after the release, like getting played the first shows at Dawn of Solace in 13 years, now the North American tour. So it's a little bit weird now that everything is cancelled. There's like to me it's a void, but for the listeners the music is fresh. But I'm in a different place now that everything got cancelled. But then again, the whole world seems to be cancelled. It's like I can't really feel unfair or anything. This like a global. I think it's the biggest global crisis after the Second World War. So that puts things in a little bit better perspective. So I don't want to be the guy complaining about that I couldn't get to play a few shows, because there's a lot bigger problems now worldwide going on. So I'm going to be okay, but it's weird. It's weird to not to be that busy now that the album is coming out.
Oh, I totally understand that as well. And, I personally feel that as well, too. It's just, I feel very lost in what's going on in the world right now. And there's so much unanswered questions that are going on in the world right now. And the fact that everything is canceled and we can't go about our normal lives right now, it just leaves us either sitting at home or, not being able to enjoy any kind of live art in any form. And, it's just, it's a sad thing to see, but yeah, just like you said, the fact from the fan base that we're able to enjoy these albums, and you were able to work on them last year, and you're able to see this feedback, everything that's going to be happening between now and when the album comes out. I mean, I'm glad to see that the reception is coming out there, and it's been positive so far, and it's just it's got me excited to see what's going to be happening in the future once everything gets resolved with Wolfheart and being able to come back here and all the other scheduled appearances, being able to make those up, and everything that'll happen going forward.
Actually, that was actually a really good point. It is a really good thing, actually, that the albums are coming out now instead of like they would have been out in December, November, December, both albums. That would have been even bigger void, because, of course, naturally, I have the whole promo work for the new album, so there is a lot of things to expect. The thing is, it's just a weird situation. It's really difficult to me even analyze like how I actually feel. It changes every hour, since the album is still coming out, there's a lot of promo work. There's still stuff happening, so it doesn't feel completely empty.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's not the same thing as being able to go out on tour and play these shows and have the fans being able to check out the live songs and the new merchandise and everything like that, and the in-person experience. But again, when you're putting out such quality music like this brand new album from Wolfheart, like the new album from Dawn of Solace, like I mentioned before, it's a soundtrack that's really getting me through these hard times that are going on right now, and I'm glad to see this level of creativity that's going on with you now, because I'm really hoping that that's gonna continue on that way too. Just being able to show off that creativity, show off the dynamics and everything that you want to be able to accomplish in Wolfheart and everything else that you want to do.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna get like now there's no tours happening. I'm gonna be really surprised if there's gonna be any festivals in the summer, because that, considering the situation, that sounds like the worst idea ever, is to let tens of thousands of people gather together when there's this kind of virus in the world. So it's at least I should have a lot more time in my hands than I was ever planning, which usually means that there's some new music coming, because probably this doesn't slow me down as a songwriter at all.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, I'm glad to see that that is continuing on, and hopefully some great inspired songs are going to be able to come from this, be it Wolfheart, be it anything else that you want to do, and I'm excited to see what's going to be going on with that, and with that, thank you very much for taking the time to be able to talk to me about everything that's going on, and being able to promote this brand new album from Wolfheart, coming out in a couple weeks through Napalm Records, and getting to talk a little bit about Donna Solace as well, too, Waves, which is available now. I love both albums. These are easily going to be two of my favorite albums when it comes to the end of the year and everyone puts together their end of the year list, and I can't wait to promote it there again. And until 2021 and you're able to come back here and play these songs in proper, thank you very much again for taking the time to be able to talk to me about everything.
Thank you, and I really hope we get to see 2021 so this whole virus thing eventually actually goes away.